Students at Western High School, athletic trainer Jen Benedict, and with students at Hanover Horton High School, athletic trainer Kevin Fleming. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
No problem.
Thanks for having us.
Getting ready for spring break, that's got to be a cool week for you guys, too.
Getting ready, it started.
It's already there. Kids already started leaving school, didn't they?
Oh,
yeah, like Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, yeah. Gets earlier and earlier every year. So we're just coming off the winter sports season, getting ready for spring. Let's talk about kind of the athletes getting ready for spring sports. A lot of them are outside now. Weather's a little iffy, but maybe some people's bodies aren't ready for some of the workouts. What's your approach to the spring sports? Maybe preventative injury.
Yeah, so I think, this year we were really blessed for the first week of spring sports. It was really, really nice outside, and then it kind of got really cold this year. So one of the things that I kind of try to hone in with the kids is just ease your way in. We have a lot of time before our first competition. Ease your way in so that you're not injuring yourself and being out for a really long time.
Yeah, basically the same thing. You'll have some kids. Hanover Horton's a little bit smaller school, so we've got kids. They start in August and they're going all the way through to the end of the school year. But we still have some kids at spring sports. This is their only time they go out for sports. And what I try and tell them early on is don't let the first day be the first day.
Yeah.
Start gradually, like Jen said, let's gradually work your way into it.
Talk about the benefits of, for these athletes in these schools, having you guys right on site.
Yeah, I think, obviously we love athletic training. One of the benefits that we provide is we essentially provide, free health care to our student athletes at the schools. We're there, for every single practice and every single game. And we're there to keep them healthy, and when they do get injured, we're able to kind of walk them through the entire process from the start of the injury rehab process to returning back to the playing field.
And in some cases too, for a lot of kids, all of us, the athletic trainers, we might be their first introduction into the healthcare system in general. We might be the only healthcare provider they know.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we can get, it might not necessarily be sport related, but we can get them pointed in the right direction and lead something else.
I've noticed concussions are always big, and the return to play, right? Every parent wants their kid to play right away. Can't miss this game.
Yep.
Kids want to be back. Talk a little bit about that return to play and what your philosophies, both of you guys, are on that.
We obviously always want to see our student athletes playing on the court or on the field, but we want to make sure that they're doing it in a healthy way. When it comes to concussions, one of the things that we try to really pound into our kids is you have to do this healthily. This is your brain we're talking about,
Right.
And this can affect the rest of your life. So you have to be really open and honest with us of how you're actually feeling, because we can't send you back too early, or else it could be really detrimental.
I was going to say, Kevin, you ever get you get pressure from athletes?
Sometimes from the kids, but by and large, for the most part, I think there's enough information out there now. People realize let's take our time. Let's do this right the first time.
Okay.
Because, like Jen said, you don't want to send somebody back too soon, and then we're starting over again, or maybe being even in a worse situation. What you have to stress with, and the kids I think are pretty good about it. I just tell them up front, you need to be honest with us. You need to be honest with me. Don't tell me what you think I want to hear. Tell me the truth.
Yeah.
And by and large, for the most part, they follow that. It works fairly well.
You're the most powerful person on the sidelines.
Well, yeah.
There's days.
Yeah, there are days.
Yeah.
Yeah, those conversations with the coaches during the middle of the game can get a little interesting, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is he ready to play? Is she ready to play?
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
You guys also spend a lot of time with the athletes that are just in civvies on the sidelines. They've been injured. I noticed you guys spend time with them during the games as well. Is it motivation? Are you keeping their head in the game?
I don't know if it's necessarily keeping their heads in the games. It's if the kid is out. The way I approach this is if somebody's out because of injury and they're at the game, I try and tell them, let's pay attention to what's going on out there. Every once in a while, they'll have a kid on crutches or in a boot. The other thing I tell them is make sure you're safe, because you don't want to get, depending where you are, there's limited space on the sidelines, and you're not moving like you used to. So protect yourself. But the big thing is just try and keep them involved somehow, some way.
Both your schools have great basketball programs, and both the girls team was playing late, and the boys Hanover team. Talk a little bit about the injuries that are common in this fast-paced sport.
Yeah, I think, on the girls' side and probably the boys' side, we get a lot of knee injuries and a lot of ankle sprains that we have to deal with, and we try to avoid them as much as possible, but it's just a part of the game, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's going to be ankle's probably the most common injury you see in basketball. As the season wears on, you see more of the overuse type stuff. Jumper's knee, if you will, just general knee irritation. So yeah, that's what you see towards the end of the season.
Hanover's a well-known runners school.
Yeah.
What do you do to get? What is it about Hanover and running?
I think it's the water.
It's the water and the coaching.
It's the water. The coaching has a lot to do with it. With the runners, believe it, this is going to sound. It's not like it's going to match up. The best thing runners can do, get in the weight room, and that will save you. Not only will you perform better, it'll help prevent injuries.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You guys have a new football field over at Western.
We do. Oh, there it is. Yep.
There it is right there. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Talk a little bit about the difference between playing on grass and the multi-surface here. Is there a difference now?
Yeah, there's definitely a difference. I think our football field could have used some love in the past few years, so we got the turf, and we've definitely seen our fair of injuries from the grass field and the turf field.
Yeah.
There's injuries on both ends. I will say it was a lot nicer this past fall when it was raining or when it was not very nice outside to have that turf field.
Yeah.
And we're using it in the spring too.
Absolutely.
Now, so with our soccer teams and even our baseball and softball teams.
Kevin, what got you into the athletic training field?
Something I was always interested in it, and it started when I was in high school. I got to the point my senior year. What do you want to do when you grow up? And I applied to. I'm from Iowa, as I told you earlier. I applied to Iowa's athletic training program, got into their program, and still doing it.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Were you a wrestler?
No, I was not a wrestler. Although I did have some exposure to the wrestling team there when it was. That's another level altogether.
Oh yeah, that's big time. Yeah.
What about you, John?
So I grew up playing sports. I played sports all through high school, ran track in college, and I knew I wanted to go into healthcare, but didn't really know the route I wanted to go. And athletic training is athletic training at the high school level at least is a great combination of sports and healthcare.
Well, we appreciate all that you do for our student athletes, and thanks for coming and being on the show today.
No problem.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for having us.
guys.
Enjoy spring break.
Yes,
we
for
will.
sure.
We will.
Athletic trainers Jen Benedict and Kevin Fleming from Henry Ford Jackson Hospital. More of the morning show after this.